You're one of the best fighters in history, but you're very successful. You don't have to work hard. You could retire today if you wanted to.
I love boxing. I love boxing, and I love being fighting.
Beyond the obvious weight disadvantage, Canelo Alvarez is fully aware that facing Terence Crawford will be the toughest challenge of his career. Crawford is set to move up 2 weight classes to meet Canelo in the 168-pound division later this year. And Canelo knows he needs to be at his best to take on the first undisputed world champion across multiple weight classes. To ensure he's physically and mentally prepared, Canelo has already started his training well in advance, knowing the magnitude of the fight ahead.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
Canelo Alvarez has developed new training techniques specifically designed to counter Terence Crawford's in-ring mobility, boxing skills, and counterpunching ability. In preparation for their upcoming bout, Canelo has been pushing himself with intense training sessions, determined to avoid a loss that would mark his 3rd defeat in a career that has already been filled with triumphs. A loss to Crawford would not only cost him his belts, but could also signal the end of his reign at the top, forcing him to pass the torch and bring a close to his era of dominance when asked why he continues boxing despite his long list of accomplishments. Canelo has always pointed to his deep love for the sport. "I love boxing," he said, reaffirming that his passion for the game is what drives him to keep fighting. Canelo Alvarez is preparing for what could be the toughest challenge of his career, as he sets his sights on a potential showdown with Terence Crawford. Both men are at the peak of their careers, and a fight between them would have a massive impact on the boxing world. However, the road to this potential clash is filled with obstacles, including size disparities and weight class differences, which have sparked debates among analysts and fans alike. Canelo, 34, is no stranger to challenges. He has been fighting professionally for nearly 20 years and has earned a Hall of Fame-worthy career, becoming the first and only undisputed champion at super middleweight. His achievements are remarkable, having captured the World Boxing Association (WBA) super title, the World Boxing Council (WBC) title, and the prestigious Ring Magazine title since 2020. He added the International Boxing Federation (IBF) and World Boxing Organization (WBO) titles to his collection in 2021, cementing his place among the sport's elite. Despite these accomplishments, Canelo's career has not been without controversy. He lost one of his titles after failing to defend it against a mandatory challenger, and with each fight, there is increasing pressure to maintain his dominance. Canelo trains rigorously, committing to 6 days a week of intense preparation, with only Sundays reserved for rest. His training sessions are grueling, with 2 sessions per day, starting with a morning run at 6:00 a.m. and followed by an afternoon training session. Canelo's focus is unwavering, and he continues to evolve his game with every fight, incorporating a variety of exercises and sparring techniques to refine his skills. One of the most intriguing aspects of Canelo's preparations for his upcoming bouts is his focus on adapting to his opponent's strengths. In preparation for a potential fight against Crawford, Canelo is refining his boxing style to counter Crawford's elite skills, particularly his in-ring mobility, counterpunching ability, and boxing IQ. He has been training under the guidance of his legendary trainer, Eddie Reynoso, and together, they are shaping Canelo into a more dynamic and adaptable fighter. Canelo has previously stated that his love for the sport is what keeps him motivated, and it is clear that his passion for boxing remains strong, despite the challenges he faces in the ring. Crawford, on the other hand, is a fighter who is no stranger to overcoming obstacles. At 37 years old, Crawford has achieved greatness in multiple weight classes, capturing world titles in the lightweight, light welterweight, and welterweight divisions. His most recent victory was a dominant win over Errol Spence Jr., which catapulted him into the spotlight as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Crawford's skill set is diverse, and he is known for his ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances, making him a difficult opponent to predict and prepare for. However, Crawford's biggest challenge in facing Canelo will be the size disadvantage he will face. Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes to meet Canelo at the super middleweight limit of 168 lbs. And many analysts are skeptical about his ability to compete effectively at this weight. Crawford is fully aware of the physical disadvantage he will face against Canelo, particularly in terms of size and power. Despite this, Crawford remains confident in his ability to impose his style and make adjustments in the ring. He has faced bigger opponents before and has proven himself time and time again, including his victory over Israil Madrimov at 154 lbs. Crawford believes that he can make the necessary adjustments to handle Canelo's power and skill, and his confidence is unwavering. While some experts believe the size difference will be too much for Crawford to overcome, he is determined to prove them wrong. The potential fight between Canelo and Crawford is not without its challenges. The weight disparity is a major talking point, as Canelo has spent years moving up through the weight divisions, starting at super welterweight and eventually becoming the undisputed champion at super middleweight. He has fought and defeated some of the best in the sport, including Gennady Golovkin and Sergey Kovalev, and his accomplishments speak for themselves. Crawford, on the other hand, has spent most of his career at lighter weight classes, and this fight will mark his first significant move up in weight. The fight would likely take place in September, on the weekend that celebrates Mexico's independence. Canelo has a tradition of fighting during this period, and it would be the perfect time for a massive showdown with Crawford. The event would be held in Las Vegas, the mecca of boxing, and the anticipation surrounding the fight would be unlike anything the sport has seen in recent years. However, the weight limit of 168 lbs and the lack of a rehydration clause are factors that both fighters will have to navigate in their preparations. Despite the challenges, the fight between Canelo and Crawford would be an unforgettable spectacle. Both men are at the top of their game, and their skills complement each other perfectly. Canelo's power and experience in the ring will be tested against Crawford's elusive style and unorthodox techniques. Crawford's ability to adjust to different situations will be crucial in this fight, as he will need to find a way to cope with Canelo's strength and aggression. As for Canelo, he is determined to continue his reign at the top and prove that he is still one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He knows that Crawford represents his toughest challenge in years, and he is preparing accordingly. Canelo's focus is on refining his technique and training in all areas to ensure that he is ready for whatever Crawford brings to the ring. The fight will be a test of not only physical strength, but also mental toughness, as both men will need to push themselves to their limits to secure victory. The potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is a fight that fans have been eagerly anticipating for years. The combination of Canelo's experience and power with Crawford's skill and adaptability makes for a tantalizing matchup. While there are still hurdles to overcome, including the weight difference and Crawford's ability to adjust to the super middleweight division, this fight could prove to be one of the most exciting in recent boxing history. For Canelo, a win over Crawford would further cement his legacy